Hello and welcome back to Jaw Jacking, this time with friends.
Hi.
We've got Dean and Shalane here from Grassroots Living. Hi guys.
How you doing?
Good. Hello and welcome back. If it's your first time here, I'm Scott.
And I'm Allison.
And we are
Jarhead and Ginger's Journey.
We're full-time RVers. We do destination videos, tips and tricks, and all things RV. That sounds like something you'd like? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and come along on our journeys.
We met before, and we met in Texas. We've been following you since we were in Japan, but we got to meet in San Antonio and spend the day on the Riverwalk and go to the Alamo. And now we're here in Missouri where you're work camping. So we get to hang out with them for 2 whole weeks, and they are new quilters, so they took us to Hamilton, to the quilt shops. That was so much fun. I think that video will be out this Sunday. And Friday we get to go quilting together at her friend's house, and a lady that she featured on a video a couple of weeks ago. And so we're just going to sit here and talk about their RV lifestyle.
And that, we'll do a video on that. I don't know if you will. I know that we'll do a video when we have our little quilting day. And I think these guys might be going on a little date themselves. We're going on a date. I think they might go magnet fishing.
Heck yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Maybe some disc golf too.
Oh yeah, I have the disc. I've never played.
There you go.
Yeah, and he has the magnets, and you've never magnet fished, so
I haven't.
yeah, they're gonna bro down on that.
Bro down. We're gonna have a bro down.
So there might be all kinds of videos from the craziness going on this weekend.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So you guys are full time right now,
Yeah.
right? And how long have y'all been full time RVing?
That's an interesting question. Yeah. What do you think?
It's not an easy answer.
Yeah, so we started 12 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
And then over those 12 years, for about 5 years, I think we decided we'd been off the road. So we'll be full-time and something will happen, we'll sit still, and then we'll go back on the road. But we were never ready to get off the road forever, right? For a long period of time, we just needed to get off the road for a minute.
Sometimes like
So-
family members or whatever needed this stuff.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
sure.
about 7 out of the last 12 years, we've been full-time.
So you've been during those times you've stayed in your RV the whole time though, right? Or different RVs, obviously. I know you've got at least 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but you stayed in an RV for the whole 12 years, pretty much, except maybe for your tiny home.
Well, and technically
That's an RV too, right?
Yeah, 'cause
I mean,
it's
it's
on
on
wheels.
wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were 1, 2, 3. There were 3 years that we were in a house that was not on wheels.
Oh, okay.
And then a couple, or maybe 4 years. And then a year when we were in the tiny house. I don't know. We lose track.
It is a hard answer.
But if we're not moving, we're dreaming about it. You know?
Right.
So, yeah, a while.
Cool. So, tell us about the one that you're currently living in.
Okay, so it's a Wolf Pup
2022.
16 FQ.
Yeah. It's like a 17-foot box.
Uh-huh.
No slides or anything. 7 foot wide. Little wolf pup.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Little single axle. I want to say it's dry weight 3,200 pounds with cargo and everything 3,900.
And we always tell people if they're going to go full time, never go single axle. We've never done it. We broke our own rule.
Why do you say no single axle?
I just feel like, if you blow a tire, you don't
have another
Which
one to hold that
has
side
happened
up.
to us before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not with this one.
No, not with this one.
Right.
But you've blown a tire before.
We've had, but fortunately it was a double axle, so
Right.
It
can hold it up on that one side at least for a while until you can get it repaired.
Exactly.
That's a good idea. That's a good tip.
Yeah. I mean, you should watch your tires really close anyway,
Yeah.
but especially if you're single axle.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. So, I know you guys have been a lot of places in your weird story there of how long you've been full-timing. What's your favorite place that you guys have been? And you could have separate answers on this too.
Wow. It's so hard. You know what? I think it actually came last year.
Yeah.
Glacier
Really?
National Park.
Glacier.
Oh.
Okay.
Going to the Sun Road.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, we have a video on that. They'll link it down below.
We'll just link all their playlists down.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Sun Road,
Yeah,
huh?
going
Okay.
to the Sun Road at Glacier National Park.
We've been to Yosemite and loved it, and Sequoia and Zion National Park. three of our favorites. But when we went to Glacier National Park for the first time, it blew us away.
Really?
Incredible.
Yeah, I cried.
Really?
But that's not that unusual. I tend to cry when I'm really happy. And but yeah, when we went to Glacier, we did this trail, and I saw this color water in this waterfall that I'd never seen before, and it was so breathtaking that it just brought me. And I don't be like, oh, this is so pretty. No, I
Crazy crying. Crazy crying.
Was that, you did a video on that, right?
Yeah.
And you were like, not again. And there was like 2 or 3 different things that made you cry. Was that there? That was that place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Glacier, yeah.
Awesome.
St.
That's cool.
St. Mary's Falls, is that what it's called?
St. Mary Falls, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going there, wear your waterproof whatever surfaces.
Yeah, definitely. I cried in Florida too. I saw dolphins in Florida.
Oh,
We
yeah.
came way up to the shore, and he asked me, he's like, "What did you see down there, babe?" And I was like, "I saw dolphins."
That's funny.
Yeah. So I'm gonna agree, Glacier.
Glacier for both of you. Okay.
And until then, Utah was always our favorite state because north, south, east to west, it's so different all over the state,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
The formations are different. Everything's so different. And so I love Utah. And then we did Idaho, and I was like, dang, Idaho! And then we
Who
went
knew?
then we went up to Montana and all that, and I was just like,
The Grand Teton was spectacular, yeah.
Yeah.
Grand Teton, yeah. Yeah. There's so many things.
We've driven by and seen the Tetons. We haven't stopped and gone into the
Right.
national park. So.
Usually when people ask me, I just say wherever I'm at, because everything in the United States is just incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we found some free camping at Grand Teton National Park. So if you want to see that video,
There you go. They have
we're
all
just
kinds
here
of
to
good
plug
ones.
our channel.
There you go. There you go.
No, that was some amazing free camping though. Just right out the tent, you could see.
And
The
zip
Tetons right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, unzip the
That's
tent
awesome.
door and you could just see it.
Well, because
That's really
the
cool.
other side of the road is the national park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This side of the
Oh.
road is not. So
Wow.
it's pretty cool.
All right. How about this one? What's like maybe a bucket list destination that y'all haven't been yet?
Alaska for me.
Oh,
Alaska.
I've been to every state in the United States except for Alaska and Hawaii. And
Okay.
I don't think that's going to happen to Hawaii with a camper.
Right.
But I believe I can do it to Alaska. But with fuel prices the way they are, I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But
Yeah. Have to wait and see what happens to
'cause
diesel.
you've been there before, so
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
It's like have y'all been to Washington State before?
Yes.
but just
it's-
for a tiny minute.
Oh,
I need
yeah.
to go back.
Did you? Were you on the west side or the east side?
We were actually, my brother got married near Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah, so we actually traveled to the west side up to Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
and then went all the way across.
Okay, so you
So I've
got
been to all of Washington, the dry
Yeah.
side and the wet side.
okay. Cool. So you got to see the Cascades and like Mount Rainier and some of the mountains that are up there.
Right.
So Alaska to me, because I grew up in Washington State, but Alaska to me was like West Coast Washington on steroids.
Okay.
Just everything is
Kind of
much
blown up.
bigger scale. Yeah.
Got you.
But it's very, very beautiful up there.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go is awesome.
And I think along with that, Alaska for me as well is a bucket list, but I think the journey to it through Canada,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Banff,
Banff.
is it Banff?
Banff National Park.
National Park, and just
Jasper.
all that you want to see on the journey up to Alaska.
Yeah.
I want it all.
You're right.
Absolutely.
Now I did the trip in January and then again in February from Georgia. So
crazy.
I only have that trip in snow and ice.
Right.
I think I would like to do it in springtime when the
Yeah.
snow isn't on the road anymore and it's kind of melting and stuff.
Well,
I
do
think
it
that
in
would
the
be the best
summer
way.
so we can
I
do
did.
it together.
I did hear that January and February are the best times for the Northern Lights. Is that true?
I don't know. We had a lot of good sightings for Northern Lights, like September-ish,
Oh, okay.
September October timeframe. The most beautiful one I saw was in up near the Dalton Highway, and I believe it was end of August, early September, because we were up there elk hunting or moose hunting, and it was just solid green, and it was awesome. We
did
just
you
sat
see
there
it?
with our heads on the back of the chairs, looking
haven't
up at the lights, going, "Wow!" for hours.
Have you seen the Northern Lights ever?
I've never.
I've never.
Oh, really?
Seen it. Yeah.
I wasn't with him on that trip, but we knew that they were out in about a mile from our house on the river. So we drove down middle of the night and sat there on the river watching the lights.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
Beautiful.
if you try to video it, it just doesn't come out. It's just like not even close to being the same.
You have to be
I'm
a pro,
sure.
I think.
Yeah, I never tried to video it because we
Yeah.
weren't doing any filming or anything when we were up there at that time. But I imagine it wouldn't do it justice.
Yeah.
I mean, just like a lot of waterfalls and things like that, you're going, man, I hope
Yeah.
this turns out as good as I see it with my eyes, and
I
it just
know.
never does.
I know.
So,
All these films that we make, for YouTube and stuff, we always try to share what we see and feel.
yeah.
And, you can't.
The camera just takes a little bit away from it. So,
Yeah.
even if you go and see it on film, you need to go and see it
Yeah.
personal.
For
It's
sure.
a whole different ballgame.
For sure. Yeah.
How about pets? Do you travel with any pets?
No, we don't. We used to have a Chiweenie.
A Chiweenie.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
was cute too.
Yeah, half Chihuahua, half miniature dachshund.
Okay.
So it looked exactly like a Chihuahua, only it was long. And,
Short and
Stretched.
long. Yeah.
That's
Stretch
cool.
version.
she was a
Yeah.
great trouble.
Yeah. For our lifestyle, because we're work campers
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes work the jobs like Amazon and JCPenney in the winter, and those can be 10, 12-hour shifts, it's not conducive to
Right.
having pets. So our oldest daughter wanted her, and our puppy liked our oldest daughter. That was a match made in
Perfect
heaven.
match.
So yeah, we're puppyless, and we just enjoy other people's
Other
puppies.
people's dogs.
We were going to ask you about work camping, and we'll go ahead and do that since you brought it up. What's your favorite work camping position that you had?
I think my favorite, and I might be speaking for both of us, but my favorite was one time we stayed at a little tiny campground. It was up at 10,000 feet in the mountains of Utah. And we work camp here, but it's different, right? We're in that little cubicle
Yeah.
when you come in, a little office type thing. And we do get to putt around on the golf cart, which is nice. You can be out. But at Trial Lake in Utah, it was all self-pay. So all we had to do was putt around this beautiful mountain campground, make sure everybody was, happy, and clean the fire pits in the morning and collect the money out of the honor box in the evening and do a little bit of paperwork. But
And there was
beautiful.
No cell service,
Yeah.
no phone service.
Yeah.
And so it was like you reinvent yourself because you get, in today's world it's so easy to get sucked into the electronic age.
Right.
Yes.
But there was nothing electronic. You just
Yeah. And our very
We played a
first
lot of
day
cards.
there,
We-
we did.
Oh, nice.
And our very first day there, we saw a moose.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, in our campground, just like
Hanging out?
maybe 100 yards away from our camper.
They're giant, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah,
We had them in our yard in Alaska a few times. I was like,
Wow.
wow, those are huge animals.
so that was cool. That's definitely my favorite up
I'd
there.
have to agree.
Right.
And you work so many hours a week, but you don't punch a clock, right?
Right.
So they kind of like expect you to work 20 hours a week or whatever, but you're kind of working more than that because you're kind of always on call in a way. But you just, when the fire pit needs cleaned out, you go get a shovel and clean it out, and
And best of
help
all,
the people.
you feel like fishing, you
You go fishing until you get the next call or the next, hey, I need something. Oh,
Yeah, that's nice.
that's cool.
That's our favorite.
So have you had any really negative experiences?
And work camping.
The work camping
Or-
ones.
Okay, so
Just-
there are
Or
going to be
just as RVers.
Yeah, either way.
work camping in particular. There are going to be some jobs that you're going to like a lot, and some that you're not going to like as much. But you just have to see it as. I mean, even if you didn't like a boss, you're going to only be there 3 or 4 months.
Right.
Yeah.
You can do anything for 3 or 4
Yeah.
months.
Right.
I will say though, at JCPenney, and not because of JCPenney, but just because of the particular job I was working, somehow the clothes, I think I was working with, because I was working with clothes for hours and hours on end, and I got real sick at JCPenney. I think it was what I was breathing
Breathing in something.
So I
from
think
the
that
color.
was that particular job that I was doing there. We actually had to leave early on that one.
Wow. Yeah.
But I don't know, we're positive people, so
Yeah.
And we don't look for the negative and anything.
Right.
Yeah, so I can't really think of anything besides that.
Well,
was
that's
kind
good.
of a bummer.
That's
Yeah.
very good.
But
I
you
do-
kind of know what you're getting into before you go into it anyway, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most of them, at least.
Yeah.
We've never really been surprised, like, oh, I didn't know we were going to do this.
Right.
We knew in advance what was going on.
And we've tried to share our experiences on work camping as well. You know, we've got that video that actually compares working at JCPenney, our first one, where I didn't get sick,
Yeah.
the one in Reno.
Yeah.
I got sick at the one in North Carolina, but again, I
Statesville.
think it was just the job. But anyway, we have a video where we compare those two, and that's, if people are going to go do that, they should definitely look at videos on the different jobs. I think
Oh, yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that
themselves.
is. Yeah. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
As long as you're allowed to video while you work or whatever.
Yeah, well, this one, the video that we did where we compared the two, it was a talking heads
Talking-
kind of thing.
okay.
We just sat and said, you know, this
This is what we did here.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's from two and a half years
It was
ago.
a while ago.
Oh,
okay.
before
Yeah.
we started watching the
Yeah.
the channels, the RV channels. Well, we know that you recently made a big announcement about your future plans. Do you want to share what's going on with that?
So we decided, and I think a lot of it, honestly, for me, just came down to fuel costs. It's just getting so expensive, and it was starting to take the joy out of traveling so much that we just were like, you know what? We've got family, we've got grandkids that need us, you know, or I guess you could say we need them.
Yes.
And so we've decided that we're going to go back to living in our big house, which is our tiny house. But it's our big house because it's 20 feet by 8 feet. So
Nice.
we're going to go there. It's got the full solar setup. We're excited. We have about an acre of land, so we're going to garden and
We're going to homestead it.
maybe even get some dairy sheep. I don't know.
Oh wow, that's
Dairy
gonna be
sheep.
exciting.
I can't wait to come back next year or year after and
Yeah.
just watch you guys milking the sheep.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. Make some sheep cheese.
But I'm not going to get any almonds because I think that
Oh,
milking
yeah.
sheep will be really hard, but milking almonds,
That's gotta be the toughest.
Yeah,
that's
that's
too
I
hard. I
mean,
can't do
yeah.
that.
No,
Yeah.
you have that little tiny fingers, I guess.
My
I don't
fingers
know.
aren't small enough.
But
Yeah. I'm excited because we've been full-time RV for so long, you know, off and on like we said, but you know, this is for me, speaking for my own self, I've never been done. I've just never been, we've gotten off the road, but I'm like, okay, but when do I get to go back? And
it's always been a temporary coming off the road thing.
Yeah.
Now it's feels more permanent.
it feels more permanent. I think I'll go back to teaching. I already have my job lined up, so I'll go back to teaching. He is officially retired.
I'm old.
He's
I'm
old.
old.
So I'll go
Security.
back to teaching, but I'll still have all summer. So
Right.
our videos, you know, we're going to keep our YouTube channel.
Right.
And there'll be some homesteading and some quilting. And in the summertime, we'll still do a lot of traveling or some traveling.
Some traveling, yeah. Depends on the animals. so.
Depends on the animal situation. We have bees, or we will be getting bees. We've done bees in the past and chickens in the past, you know, off and on.
Maybe
so we'll
quail.
do that.
It's a great thing about our channel is it's
So-
called Grassroots Living, so we really are going to be just getting back to the grassroots. So
Yeah.
There you
do a
go.
little homestead.
So
It's not called the Grassy's RV.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
So you'll never know what you'll see on our channel. 'Cause
Right.
It's kind of, you know, and YouTube doesn't know what to do with us.
Right?
They don't know what
They don't know
what
where to
slot
put- what hole to put you in.
which is kind of
How to
can be a
pigeonhole you.
bummer for our channel, but you know that's okay.
And tell us your slogan, the grassroots living, get back to...
Yeah, it's about getting down to the grassroots of what makes you happy and live your love. And that's what we do, and that's why our channel, you know, will grow and move with us, because whatever's bringing us joy, whatever we need to do in our lives at that time, it's bringing us joy, that's what we'll do. So
Yeah. And we
that's
love
what
sharing it, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we encourage other people to do, to really think about what is it that's bringing you joy, and then have the guts to follow that path, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's
and we
great.
love that people just do that with us, you know? Yeah.
Heck yeah. So I mean, you've got RVing on their channel. You've got quilting on their channel. You've got destination videos on their channel. You've got coming up homesteading videos and milking sheep. Can't wait to see that.
We're
They-
camping.
They already have one out there, and we'll link it too. That has their their homestead on it when
Yeah.
their daughters
Yeah.
and grandkids are on it and everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we actually got to go over and see their home, their tiny home, and their is it 1 or 2 acres?
1
It's
acre.
just one.
1 acre,
Yeah.
1 acre of land with their tiny home on it. It was a really cool little spot. So
They looked at it and
It
said,
was-
"This is a disaster."
I was like, this is so cool, but I was thinking about how cold it must be in the winters because that's all I can think about when we are north is, oh, how cold is this place in the winter? But they have this really cool stove that's, or not cool
yeah.
stove, hot stove that keeps the place warm here.
Yeah, little wood stove. It's a small wood stove, like you said, but yeah, it keeps that place toasty.
Well, in fact, a little bit too warm. Sometimes she has cold toes. And I was out doing something. I came home, and it was, I think, -5 outside, so it does get pretty cold.
Oh.
And I come in, and it's like 92 degrees in there. And she just,
I was,
Her feet
my
were-
toes were cold. I
I
couldn't
mean,
get my
sweat's
toes.
coming down the side of my face. And she's like, my feet just won't warm up, so I just keep putting wood in there. So we had to open up all the windows just to cool it down a little bit. So
and -5 outside. You got the windows open. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so the channel is Grassroots Living on YouTube. Where else can they find you guys if they want to come and see you?
Yeah,
That's
no,
pretty
we're
much
not-
it.
We don't do Instagram or
people always tell us to.
anything. People tell us to, and we have accounts, but I don't know what to do with them. So, but anytime anybody wants to communicate with us, they can always click on Grassroots Living 180 at Gmail. It's always linked in our videos, or just type it in, whatever. But people communicate with us sometimes through Gmail, and we always answer our emails. So
Okay.
if anybody ever wanted to ask us questions or just visit with
Well,
us,
and I really try to answer all the comments between the two of us, especially.
yeah.
So anytime somebody puts a comment out there, we really do our best to get it answered. Sometimes it takes a while to get to it, but we do our best.
It's nice though, because sometimes people send us emails about, and they'll send pictures, right? You should go here, you should go, or
Oh,
look
yeah.
at this quilt I'm working on, which is fun.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that's fun.
We save ours now on another set of RVers that we met along the road. Said, oh, we save everything. When somebody tells us something, we'll save it and we put it in this Google thing. So she started doing that. So now
That's
every
good,
time we
yeah.
go somewhere, we'll look up, do we have anything for the area, and look through our stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's fun.
Yep. Hi, I'm Shalane. This is Dean, and we are,
Grassroots Living.
and we'll see you next time on
Jaw jacking with Jarhead and Ginger's Journeys.